The Israeli president has firmly pushed back against US President Donald Trump's pressure, making it clear that he will not rush into granting a pardon for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. President Isaac Herzog said that while he fully respects Donald Trump's personal opinion on issuing a pardon for Netanyahu, Israel remains a sovereign nation that makes its own independent legal decisions without external influence. In his detailed interview with Politico, Herzog insisted that any future amnesty for Netanyahu would only be considered strictly on the basis of what best serves the long-term well-being of the Israeli people. Here's the key part of what he told Politico: everybody understands that any preemptive pardon has to be considered on the merits. Why? Because, as I tell many Israelis, it is the same President Trump we begged and asked to bring back our hostages, and who led bravely an enormous step to bring back our hostages and get the UN Security Council resolution through. But Israel, naturally, is a sovereign country, and we fully respect the Israeli legal system and its requirements. The well-being of the Israeli people is my first, second and third priority. Herzog further revealed that Netanyahu formally petitioned him for a pardon just last Sunday, although the Prime Minister did not acknowledge or admit any wrongdoing in his request. The Politico interview was published just ahead of Herzog's scheduled departure for an official visit to New York City. Netanyahu's long-running trial began in 2020, with the Prime Minister formally indicted on charges of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust, marking one of the most consequential cases in Israeli political history. He is the first sitting leader in Israel's history to take the witness stand as a criminal defendant while still holding the office of Prime Minister. Meanwhile, these are the central charges that form the core of Netanyahu's corruption trial. Receiving expensive gifts from wealthy businessmen in exchange for political favors and influence. Engaging in negotiations with Yidioth Aharonoth in pursuit of favorable media coverage. Providing regulatory benefits to businessman Shaul Alovich in return for positive media treatment. Last month, President Herzog received an official request from Donald Trump urging him to pardon the Israeli Prime Minister. In a letter addressed to Herzog on November 12, Trump claimed that the criminal trial against Benjamin Netanyahu was politically motivated and fundamentally unfair, and I quote, "I hereby call on you to fully pardon Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been a formidable and decisive Prime Minister for Israel throughout the years, and who is now leading the country into a period of peace, aligned with my ongoing work with key Middle Eastern leaders to expand the transformative Abraham Accords to many more nations." Trump also emphasized that he respects the independence of Israel's judicial system and does not wish to compromise its legal standing. However, he argued forcefully that Netanyahu deserves a full pardon because he is, in Trump's view, the victim of an unjustified and politically driven prosecution. Netanyahu has pleaded not guilty to all charges, repeatedly describing the entire legal process as a politically orchestrated witch hunt. The trial has now stretched into its fourth year, partly due to a series of calculated delay tactics employed by Netanyahu's legal team.